If you've been watching the news lately, you know that the job market has been unpredictable. Layoffs are hitting tech, finance, retail, healthcare, pretty much every industry. Even people with solid tenure and strong performance are being impacted, and this is everywhere from entry level to senior level. That leaves a lot of workers wondering, how do I protect myself and how do I stay prepared just in case things might get worse? Today, I'm going to walk you through some of the steps that you can be doing right now to safeguard your career, to stay competitive, and to stay employable, even when the job market feels a little bit shaky. Before we dig in, my name is Doug, and I've helped thousands of people land jobs, navigate through layoffs, and build careers that they love. Be sure to check out the link in the description where you can find out how to get a copy of my Fast Track Job Search Bootcamp and a free 7-day job search Kickstart as my free gift from me to you. I'll be sure to leave links down in the description. Let's dig in. The first step to preparing yourself in a volatile job market is to simply have an awareness of what's happening in the job market. Most people only pay attention to the job market trends after they've already lost their job, but the people who navigate through tough job markets successfully usually are the ones that stay tuned in long before things really become urgent. Start by watching the signs, the obvious ones like companies that are laying off in your industry are cutting staff, or that job postings are slowing down. Have you heard rumblings of hiring freezes? Being aware of red flags doesn't mean that you should panic. Rather, it allows you to make smart, proactive decisions before you get caught off guard. Take time to understand the landscape of your job market. What does the job market look like in your field? How much demand is there for roles like yours? Could you pivot to another type of position if necessary? And if so, what skills would you need to develop to make that pivot? Becoming familiar with these trends puts you in a much stronger position, because if something happens, you already know your options and can take action really faster than most people. Next, let's talk about something that many job seekers tend to dread, and that's why they typically avoid it: updating your resume and your LinkedIn profile. These are obvious ones, but they're also tools that many people put off until the last minute, usually under intense emotional pressure. If the job market is unstable, the worst thing that we can do is to scramble to update our resume after a layoff when you're stressed or overwhelmed or really just trying to remember everything that you've accomplished. Instead, make it a habit to regularly document the projects that you've completed, the new skills that you've gained, the metrics that you've improved, or even any certifications or training that you've completed. Keeping this material current makes you ready just in case, not in a fearful way, but in a smart and prepared kind of way. As you revisit your resume, look at it with fresh eyes. Is it laser focused on what a hiring manager in your particular field actually cares about? Is the formatting clean and simple and easy for a recruiter to scan and find what they are looking for? Or is it more of a collage of content that they'll have to try to sift through? A resume that is too broad, cluttered, or outdated can hold you back when timing is of the essence. Now let's talk about something extremely important: staying current with your skills. In an unstable job market, or really any job market for that matter, you have to stay relevant and marketable. We have to be continually growing so that no matter what happens, we remain valuable and employable. First, stay informed about the skills that are in demand and emerging in your industry. These might be new tools, technologies, maybe even methodologies that employers are expecting you to know. All industries are evolving, and we need to evolve with them. Falling behind, quite frankly, makes us more replaceable and more vulnerable in a round of job cuts that may happen. Look beyond your current role and consider what skills you can develop that are forward and future thinking, ones that will matter across many industries and roles. Often we think of learning how to use AI to our advantage, and that's really crucial, but there are other skills that are going to be really necessary even in an AI age. Skills like data literacy or understanding how to interpret and use that data that AI provides, or things like project management or leadership or digital communication. These skills not only make you more competitive, but they also give you some flexibility if you ever need to pivot to a new role or even a new industry. The key is to be intentional. Don't wait for your employer to invest in your development. You need to take ownership of it yourself. Another critical part of being proactive in a volatile job market is to invest in your professional network before you need it. Here's the truth. When layoffs happen, oftentimes the people that land on their feet the fastest are usually the ones with a strong network. But you can't wait until you're out of a job before you start building relationships. Kind of like don't wait till you're hungry to start planting a garden. Start connecting now. Reach out to your network or former colleagues. Send short messages to people whose work you admire, and nurture those relationships before you need them. A strong network can give you insider information about openings or maybe provide a referral. Building your network is one of the smartest and most valuable investments that you can make in your career. And one more important strategy: increase your visibility at work. When companies downsize, they don't just cut low performers. They often cut people that are less visible, less involved, or not seen as essential. You can almost guarantee that if you're called in and asked to give a list of what you're doing on a daily or a weekly basis, that they're trying to determine if your role is necessary. Try and be that person that they're aware of and that they know are engaged. Be intentional to show your value. Take responsibilities that let you interact with different teams or different leaders. Share updates of your accomplishments with your manager so that they are aware. Look for ways to become the person who solves problems and not the person who avoids them. Your goal here is that if your manager has an opportunity to give input about who they absolutely need to keep, that your name comes up. All these strategies keep you ready so you're not scrambling, and they keep you empowered so you're not operating out of fear. Preparing in a volatile job market isn't expecting the worst. It's being proactive, confident, and ready just in case. The people who navigate layoffs the most successfully are the ones that have a plan and are prepared. While you're here, drop a comment down below and tell me how things are going in your career. I'd love to hear about your experience. And if you've found this helpful, hit the like button and maybe subscribe. And if you want a step-by-step system to help you navigate your job search, check out my Fast Track Job Search Bootcamp. I'll leave a link down in the description. I'll also leave a link to my 7-day job search Kickstart. It's my free gift from me to you.